if we go to our if we inspect element on a web application, and we look at the console tab, we can see that we are getting these warnings, and this warning is telling us each child in a list should have a unique key. So now we need to set a key for each property. So this will optimize the performance of the web application. To do this is going to be very simple. We just have to do on this grid, we're going to do key, and we want to give it the ID of this Pokemon, and that should give it a unique key. And if we refresh, we should this is the issue is we need to do that in Pokedex, because in Pokedex we are returning this Pokemon card. For this key we want to do Pokemon.id. And now if we refresh and we inspect the element, we do console, now we should get rid of the error, and now we only have one error, which is invalid prop variant of value h6 supplied to forward ref expected to revision. So this is happening. We can forget about that right now. It's not very important. So I believe this h6 is due to the variant property that we have applied to app bar. So if we go to app navigator, and inside app bar we have variant h6, we can get rid of that and put it for the typography instead, because variant is a typography property, it's not a app bar property. Let's see if that works. So if we refresh now, yes, it has. We have got rid of that warning. So both warnings we have managed to remove. Okay, let's continue now. So another thing that we need to sort out in the our application. So if we go back to our browser, we can see that this app bar, this header, is overlapping the Pokemons. What we want to do is we want the grid container to go down a bit, so we need to style it. In order to do this, we should go to Pokedex.js, and we have this grid elements. Now we need to actually give it a class. So we're going to do class name, and we need to do before we do that, actually we need to sort out the classing. So we need to implement the make styles. So we're just going to do const use style, just like what we done for the Pokemon card. We're going to make a use style variable that's will depend on the make styles functional so depend on this make styles function, and this make styles function is going to make us a style sheet, and it would receive a arrow function with the theme variable, and we are returning now the styles object of styles, and we're only going to have one style over here, which is the Pokedex container. And what we want to do for this Pokedex container is we want to do text align center to center it, and we also now want to give it padding so that the header is not overlapping it. So we want to write padding, and then we're going to give it 80 pixels on top, and then we want to do, so the first value is top padding, then we want to have padding left and padding right, so we want to set these as 10 pixels. So the next one is going to be 10 pixels, then we're going to have 0 pixels, and then 10 pixels. Sorry, there's no commas, it's just spacing. Okay, now we should implement the use styles inside our render function, inside our Pokedex function. So we want to do const classes. So we're making a new variable called classes, and we are storing all our styles inside classes, and we can access now the Pokedex container simply by doing classes.Pokedex container. Now if we refresh, it should give us this padding. Actually, I think the padding we should do it 70. 80 is a bit too much, so let's do 70. Now that matches much better. Yeah. So the background color is too white. We want to darken it, so we're just going to also give it a background color. And for the background color, we're going to do RGB 68, 68, 68, and this is going to give us a darker color. As you can see, it's a dark grey color. So that pretty much sums up the Pokedex container page. Now we can move on to Pokemon page.